Hello and welcome back to another edition of Stager Insights. Today, my guest is Julie Kern. Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me. Where are you located?
I'm located in Toronto, Ontario, and I operate a staging business out of Toronto.
And what is the name of your company?
Stage by Design.
Stage by Design. So you are a CSP graduate, but what made you want to take the CSP program?
Well, I had a background in real estate and an education in interior design. And initially I was just gonna hop right into staging and I really didn't know what I didn't know. So I thought, you know what's the harm in getting a certification? And I joined a few of Christine's free complimentary webinars. And from there I was just sold, and I figured I'd learned so much information about it, and yeah.
So you had gone to school as for an interior design professional, right? So when you were on that free workshop, what were your aha moments that made you realize that you needed to take more training?
I think the biggest for me was when you're in interior design, you're designing for people's specific styles, and you're designing not for the broad spectrum of, you know, buyers and whatnot. So for me, it was adjusting from, you know, taking people's personal styles and working with that to working with making properties marketable for a broad range of buyers.
Yeah, for that prospective buyer.
Yeah.
So how do you feel that you've benefited from taking the course and graduating?
Yeah,
that
well,
exam is quite tough.
Yes. I have certainly benefited. There's just a variety of different support systems, whether it's your personal line, being able to just reach out to you whenever. You're there every step of the way. Your mentorship opportunities are fabulous. I participated in one, and it just gave me that extra boost of confidence that I needed to tackle my my first stage. And then in addition to that, there's also a fabulous Facebook support group where we get in touch with other stagers and other professionals in the industry and sort of help each other out there. And I was given an opportunity to take on a stage in my area, and that happened to be my very first stage, and it came from CSP. So.
And did that come through the Facebook group?
It did. It did. There was a lady in a neighboring town, and she was looking for someone in my area, and I just jumped on it, and I was like, "Oh, fake it till we make it."
And
that property actually just sold today for $200,000 over asking, and 28 offers, I think. So
wow, good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a really good start for your business, for sure. So now you have all of the additional marketing support that we have for you to do out your graphics in Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. So can you sort of talk to people who are thinking about taking a training program? You know, what were the things that you feel give you a competitive edge?
I feel that just the certification itself and having that background in the education, the insurance that you stress is very important, is another great thing to have. And I wouldn't have thought about getting that if it weren't for your program. And it's just a really good backbone. The continuing education and everything is just really differentiates you from other stagers out there. And real estate agents are really recognizing that certification, and yeah.
Well, that's good. Maybe you can talk a little bit more about that. When you're saying, I think you were telling me a few days ago something about that same subject where real estate agents were reaching out.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for certified stagers, and they're realizing that some people don't have that foundation and that education, and it shows. I mean, you can look through MLS and you'll see properties and you'll go, I don't think they're Christine trained. But yeah, it's really fabulous content, and I learned a lot. And like I said, I was in the real estate industry for about 7 years prior to this, and I had an education in interior design, and I just learned so much information in regards to the business aspect and even the design, and just appealing to a broad spectrum buyers was a huge learning curve for me.
So if somebody that you didn't know is either trying to work as a stager on their own without training, or are thinking about, like, there's so many choices, how do you make a decision? What advice would you give?
I would just say that your program is next to none, in the support in that program. And then it comes with a lot of perks. I mean, you get tons of discounts, and there's a lot of partnerships involved with being a CSP. A lot of local furniture rental places, I don't even have to say the certification title twice. They ask if I'm a CSP, and I've saved hundreds of dollars on furniture rentals at certain places from that. And I continue to reach out to you when I need some help. And like we said, the mentorship opportunity, you don't get those opportunities with any other certification.
Well, let's talk about that. If somebody doesn't know what mentorship is, what was involved?
Well, so interestingly enough, I hadn't worked a day in the staging industry before starting my own company. Christine just gives you kind of that confidence to do it. So after I got my certification in the mail, I just registered my company right away. And then I kind of had a moment where I was like, what am I doing here? A step process to do, and I kind of just was at ease knowing what to do next. And in addition to that, the mentorship programs are offered by highly trained CSPs. And I jumped on an opportunity for a mentorship with a stager in Niagara, and she was fabulous. Just learning her processes, seeing the ins and outs of her warehouse, and just the biggest thing was just seeing how everything operates and knowing how to actually implement that. She even took me shopping, and we did like the lift test in stores and stuff. And it was just an aspect that you wouldn't consider until you're kind of immersed in the actual jobs and everything.
So it's sort of like a job shadow.
It was,
yeah. An experience, because you got to do the work as well.
Yeah, I got to work right next to, it was actually Lynn McMillan from Gem Home Staging, and she was just a fabulous mentor. I mean, she took the time to show me how to do each individual thing, and really took the care and followed up with me all the time. And we're still in touch, and she's really fabulous. And I'm sure every other mentor you have is as well.
Yeah, she just won. I think it was a Stager of the Year in the luxury category, and also Business of the Year in the platinum category in the town where she lives. So yeah, she's
fabulous.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you taking some time and sharing that. And so anybody who's considering taking the staging training program, please take a look at stagingtraining.com. For sure, jump on one of my complimentary workshops. And if you prefer, just email me directly at Christine@stagingtraining.com. Thank you, Julie.